No, I tend to like to take the high road. I don't want to start a feud with them, and I that was a funny episode. So what am I going to say? We would be huge hypocrites if we made fun of people for making fun of us, since that's what we do 24 hours a day. Well, yeah, our Empire Strikes Back episode comes out next spring. I want to talk about something other than work. I don't know. Adrian does Robot Chicken, so she would know better than I. When is that out? All right, neither of us know. Sorry.
Friday Night Lights is actually already on DirecTV. If you don't have DirecTV, it's going to be out on NBC in February on Friday nights. So, stay tuned. Yeah. Oh, there's so many hands. Okay, he's back. Well, for me personally, I have certain issues that I see eye to eye with Barack on, and oppose McCain on, such as, for instance, stem cell research to me is a huge one. I'm very much so for stem cell, and Barack has been an advocate since the beginning. Also, pro-choice. I think women need a right, and there's a woman out there who not only wants to take away that freedom, but wants to make it if you're raped and you get pregnant by your rapist, you have to have your child. If you're sick or your child's sick, you have to have your child. I mean, it's ridiculous, and where does that end? So that's really where it came from for me. Yes.
Oh, why am I? Well, for the same reasons. I mean, for me, I've always voted for Democrats because they just have a much better record on the environment, which to me is just, if that isn't fixed, then everything else goes to hell. And I just, it's also because there's the big myth that, average Americans will save money under John McCain, under Republicans, which is just not true. And we've seen that for 8 years. It's the corporations that get the money. It's the rich people who get the savings. It's not the everyday people. And I don't know why, that's a message that for many people it just hasn't been heard. And this is, so we're not getting paid for this. We're out here because we do think it's vitally important. I mean, this is the single most important election that probably you will vote in your lifetime. I don't know, I can't predict the future, but it's for now, it's...
Hopefully it doesn't get any worse.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, also, it's like, I'm from Toledo, Ohio, and... Yeah. Awesome. But, thank you, I appreciate it. But, I mean, the thing that breaks my heart is in the last 8 years, I mean, there are more jobs lost, more people on welfare than ever. The violence has increased substantially. It's just, it's gotten to a point where we can't survive like that. Places like Toledo are turning into Detroit and Flint, and there's, more and more cities like that over the course of the Midwest, everywhere. So we need to change that. God, I absolutely hope so. I mean, the thing that he wants to do is start pulling troops out of Iraq, which, yeah. And we put, over $1 billion a month into this war. So, I mean, think about, add that up for the next 100 years, $10 billion a month on a war that McCain wants to potentially be there for 100 years. Put that together. That's a lot of money we could be saving and putting towards other things that we need for this country.
How do you guys both feel about the bailout that just got signed?
I have mixed feelings about it. On the one hand, it's a situation that was obviously caused by it's not. It's by the Bush administration's policies, by conservative policies of deregulation, which I mean, the Republicans have always touted the phrase "smaller government," which we're seeing doesn't always work. You do need some government. You need some regulation, because if you let, it's crazy to let corporations just do what they think is best, because they'll do whatever makes them the most money. Yeah. It's regrettable to me that this mistake that was made by the guys at the top is being paid for by the taxpayers. So that's I have very mixed feelings about it personally. That's a very good question. Fox is the news division and the entertainment division are run like two separate companies. We don't have any dealings with the news division, and ironically, I've been there 10 years. I've never actually met Rupert Murdoch, but based on the way he runs things, my feeling is that he is a businessman first and a conservative second. So if something with a liberal slant is profitable, then he's not going to touch it. But the entertainment division tends to be on a day-to-day basis as liberal as the news is conservative.
You still get to rip on Fox anyway.
Yeah, they let us make fun of them. There's not. We have a whole episode coming up where Lois works for Fox News, and we just
Do you have a Bill O'Reilly?
go to town on them, Fox said, okay, you can do it. So they do have a sense of humor about themselves.
Bill O'Reilly. Yeah.
What about him?
You have a voice for O'Reilly?
Well, I'm trying to think if there's a Bill. We do Stewie. We do a version of Stewie reenacting the Bill O'Reilly Inside Edition YouTube thing. Have you seen that? There's no words on there. I can't say, what does that mean, to play us out? To end the show? I hate Sean Hannity.
You've had your hand up for a while.
It's the election. You're one of those that decided in president between Mayor Adam West or Sarah Palin. Who would you go for?
Adam West, come on. Yes, more qualified. Because he can fight crime, too. All righty.
Thank you guys so much for being here and supporting.
Oh, you're going to get the information. You're going to get the information. And please do go out and vote early, and do us a favor, and don't go by yourself. Get 5 or 6 of your friends. Just get them out there, because you are, as Adrian said, you have a lot of power in this state, and it's vitally important. You could turn the tide of this election.